Canada. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different in that I'm going to be talking a little bit about IQ and SQ. Okay? I'm just going to start out by asking who is the smartest person you know, either in your own life or outside? They can be a celebrity or whatever. So feel free, anyone can answer. Who is the smartest person you know?
Smartest person, one person who Barbara, Jobin, sir, can hear you.
So I know one person. He stay behind my building. This is this.
He's the smartest person you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
What makes him smart?
What makes him so smart? तुम उसको इतना smart क्यों कहते हो?
I.
But smart IQ smart. He's the smart. Smart.
Smart.
So
Words. I thought I said short. Smart.
smart,
It's
like
okay.
होशियार की तरह तुम लोग कौन think करते हो? Smartest person in the world. Yeah.
My mom.
My mom. So mom.
Who else?
So everyone thinks that their mom's the smartest.
They're probably right. What makes mom so smart?
Mom इतना smart क्यों है?
She manages things even in a short time.
Good to hear that.
Louder.
She manages things in a short time that we know.
Yeah.
And she solves in difficulties of all.
Yeah.
She solves
Good,
all
good.
difficulties.
So I'm glad you said that. That's a really good answer. I think what I was hoping that I didn't hear was, oh, this person's smart because they get good marks, or this person is smart because they do a lot of good things in research. Being smart isn't just about brain power. You guys are ahead of the game because you understand that just being smart isn't just about brains. Okay, you also need to have other important values. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you a little bit about not just the emotional, what we call intelligence quotient or IQ, but also about emotional intelligence and about social intelligence. Okay? And so, in order to start that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give you some riddles. Who likes riddles?
Riddles. आपको riddles पसंद है?
कौन?
Riddles. Riddles. Yo, riddles जब
Order.
हाँ कोड.
हाँ. अच्छा लगता है.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to need help with translation. All right, 'cause some of these may not translate very well. We'll try.
Okay. No problem. I'm here.
All right. So what gets wetter as it dries?
Okay. So एक चीज है जब वो सूखा होता है कैसे dry करता है. So एक चीज जब wet है और dry हो सकता है. ये चीज क्या है?
Ice.
Ice. We have one person saying ice. I think I know, but I'm not gonna say anything. Sponge. We have sponge.
No? No?
So एक चीज जब clothing.
Get
Okay.
more wet as it dries.
So
What's that?
both भिजती है और dry करती है. So one person said sponge. A sponge?
Sponge won't work because if it gets wet, then it's going to still be wet.
But I get wetter.
It'll,
It converts.
it matches. Sorry?
Converts from dry to solid.
Yeah.
Sir, can you dry से liquid?
They're asking you to repeat the riddle one more time.
Sure. What gets wetter as it dries?
म्हणजे ते ओलं असून सुद्धा सुकतं लगेच.
Coconut.
Coconut. Yeah, that's interesting. Coconut.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
What do you think it is?
pretty good. Is it coconut?
Pretty good.
No.
It's not coconut, but that's pretty good. I think that's like a good answer though. What did you think?
Okay, so it's not coconut. Egg cheese.
What did you think it was?
Cheese होतं किंवा cooking.
एक चीज है जैसे सूखा
Yeah, dry भी होता है. हाँ.
कपडे. Gloves.
So we have ice cream.
कपडे.
We have ice cream. We have clothing.
अगर फ्रिज में रहेगा
Clothes,
Yeah, that's pretty smart too. So someone's saying ice cream. So when it's
Okay.
outside, it's
Solid. It's solid.
and then it's
So, but it doesn't become more. It doesn't become more wet. It is what it is, right?
yeah.
But
that's true.
think of a towel. Think of a towel. When you dry yourself with a towel, it becomes more wet.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Do you translate that?
Is it towel?
The more you dry yourself, the more you dry yourself with the towel, the more wet it becomes.
Towel. So towel.
चावेल.
आप लोग जब शावर करते हैं,
हाँ.
ड्राई करते हैं ना,
हाँ.
तो टावर बीचते हैं और ड्राई भी होता है.
चावेल होता है.
हाँ.
Clothes होगा ना, so man.
हाँ?
अच्छा, चावेल अलग है.
Towel. हाँ.
बरोबर बोललेले कपडे.
Kapre or towel, those different cheeses there, Mom. She's saying clothing is towel. I'm like, no, it's not towel.
And that's why every day she comes in wet.
Yeah. So the answer was towel, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What goes up but doesn't come back down?
एक चीज जो ऊपर जाते हैं और नीचे नहीं आती है वापस, ये क्या चीज होता है?
गुरुत्वाकर्षण
ये काय आहे?
A thing that goes up and does not come back down. So एक चीज जब ऊपर जाती है, नीचे है. Object, not life.
क्या बोलते हैं? अंतरात्मा. अंतरात्मा.
Don't even look at it.
अंतरात्मा को क्या बोलते हैं?
So we have one person that said a soul.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't go down.
So एक चीज जो you throw it up and it doesn't come back down. Not
You're throwing away my answer here.
It's a
No.
गॅस बलून.
It goes up, but doesn't come back down. You don't throw it,
okay.
It
So
goes up.
बलून.
but it doesn't come back down.
Question: is it an object or is it like?
No, you said
Elements.
that.
Okay. So,
No, not an object.
So continue saying soul, guys. 'Cause I don't know what it is.
Okay, tell them. Age. Your age goes up, doesn't come back down.
So,
Last one. Yes. Question.
Might also grow up and don't come out down.
Oh, so she's saying height. He's like height. You can only.
Okay. Although in my practice as a doctor, I see lots of old women coming back down.
Oh.
So they're upright and then they curve down. So the height doesn't always stay up. Last one. What is greater than God, more evil than the devil? The poor have it, the rich don't need it, and if you need it, they'll die. So we'll do it in pieces so you can translate it too, okay?
Let's do this. Okay, so
What is greater than God?
रब से और greater क्या है? भगवान से और बड़ा चीज क्या है? Yeah, I think
More
that's
evil
right.
than the devil.
More खतरनाक. How do you say devil in Hindi? I don't even know how to say devil in Hindi.
समजा देवा.
Devil. So more खतरनाक devil. most खतरनाक. So Rab se bada, devil se खतरनाक. What was next?
इंसान.
The poor have it.
The poor
Needy.
Have it. They have this.
and the poor people. So poor log ye cheese है. Poor,
The rich don't need.
and the rich people don't need it. So बड़ा लोग नहीं
And
चाहिए.
and if you eat it, you'll die.
मतलब भगवान से.
And if you eat it, it will die.
कौन है?
Yeah.
And if तुम ये चीज खाती हो, तुम मर जाओगे.
जय poison.
Yeah.
Poison.
So it's bigger than God, more evil than the devil. The poor people have it, and the rich people don't want it.
Okay.
Okay. And if तुम खाते हो, तुम मर
Very
जाओगे.
tricky.
जय.
Not to be tricky.
Jen?
Wish.
Poison?
It's bigger than God.
It's bigger than God. It's more evil than the devil. The poor people have it. The rich people don't want it. And if you eat it, you'll die.
They don't need it. They're not-
कष्ट. नहीं मत कष्ट नहीं.
Hard work.
Hard work.
If you eat it, you'll die. If you eat it, you'll die. If you do eat hard work, you'll die.
पैसे नहीं है.
Which tree? It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Poison.
Is that the
Nothing.
answer?
If you eat nothing,
Oh.
what's greater than God?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, कुछ भी नहीं है.
No, nothing. If you eat it, you'll die. Nothing. If you eat nothing, you'll die. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor people have nothing.
So why are riddles, right? So the point is not the actual riddles themselves. The point is that making sure that you can actually do the homework and do things that are important. Obviously, that's really, really important stuff. But also making sure that you can be mentally flexible and be able to stay healthy, both in physical strength, in mental health, and in being able to build strong relationships with others. That's really important. That's what emotional intelligence or EQ. Okay, that's why I think you guys are right when you say your mom is the smartest person you know, because that's someone who has to manage a lot of relationships, who has to do a lot of important things. And so anytime you think the who's smart or who's really, really intelligent, not just about brain power. Okay? And so the point of the riddles is not the actual riddles as much as it's meant to make sure that you guys understand that everybody has a different way of thinking about things. And so SQ, the last one, IQ, SQ. SQ is about social quotient, like how well can we interact with others? And this is really important because that will affect your ability to do well in interviews. It will affect your ability to be able to interact with other people, especially when they can't speak the same language, when they have a bad accent. So the ability to communicate sometimes comes down to humor, to laughter, to being able to connect with people, even if they don't speak the same language. Okay? Now that you said all that, did you get all that?
Yeah.
Ask if there's any questions, please.
कोई questions है sir की तरफ? Arpit, you have to come closer, Arpit. It's too hard to hear. Yeah? We have questions.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
in our India, when we study MBBS, then we thought that for the 3 years about the living study, living human beings. So in your country, what is the type? It is same or different?
Okay, so we have Arpit right here. He's actually pursuing to be a doctor. So he's asking.
Nice.
So he's asking, like in India, to study MBBS, that's what they study for med school. They have to study for 3 years just about the human body. So he's asking you,
That's
like,
right.
how was your schooling done? Is it the same way or was it different?
A little bit different. So for me, we did 4 years of medical school, learning about the body, learning about physiology, learning about the medical. And then so that's our version of MBBS. But in Canada, that MBBS is already a medical doctor. It's already the MD.
MD.
The MBBS version is what we call MD. But then in order for us to fully get our license, it's similar to how in India you go from MBBS to MD, the specialization. Same thing, we have to do residency or internship. And so that's after 4 years. So some people, like myself, it's a 3 years after the 4 years, and then you become a specialist. My specialty is in general practice and in elder care, what we call geriatric, older patients. So people over the age of 65. Okay. So it's a little different, but it's not that much. I work with a lot of Indian doctors trained in India who are MBBS trained, and then from there they come back to Canada or UK. So I obviously want you to practice in your community because that's where you've learned and you want to give back to that community. I was born and raised here in Canada, and when I did my training and I came back to my hometown so that I could give back to my hometown. And so, just like with Sean's model, the learn, earn, return, it's very important that when you learn, you're able to then return that in the future as you're earning. The same way we want to do that.
Awesome.
So-
Great.
Yeah. Any other questions?
कोई questions है? नहीं?
जब ट्रीटमेंट करते हैं कोर्स के करके तो उनका मेंटल हेल्थ कैसे करते हैं
फिर से
खुद के लिए
सबके लिए?
नहीं जब सर
Yeah.
कोर्स लोग ट्रीटमेंट देते हैं
हाँ.
तो अपना खुद का मेंटल हेल्थ कैसे करते हैं
Okay. That's actually a really good question. So she's asking, Sahili over here, she's asking, like, when you're dealing with elderly people, so
Yes.
how do you maintain your own health and your own mental health? Because sometimes it could get difficult
Very
in
good
the sense of, like, whatnot. So that's the question.
Yeah, in Canada we call it work-life balance. And it's just basically the idea that you have to make sure that when you're working, that you do everything you can. It's just like school. Do as much as you can while you're at school, and when it's time to enjoy yourself and play, you need to separate. As much as possible, you want to make sure you work hard, play hard, right? So that you have that balance. The more you are able to do that, the more you'll have that balance. And that's also where that idea of maintaining your own health. How do you do that? In my case, I have a young daughter. I let her run around and I follow her around. I get to do it. But every person is a little different. And so it's important to find your outlet. Some people like to exercise, some people like to play games, some people like to do different riddles. So it's really important to find what you enjoy and use that to help with that work-life balance.
Awesome. Okay. Do you have any more questions for sir?
Sir, when I was in school, so teacher gave us an experiment. In this experiment, we have two eyes of shapes.
Two eyes of shapes.
So we have to cut and see what basically the shape of the eye, what it contains for it, cornea. So it is sometimes that will be difficult. I'm getting.
Okay, so well, dealing with like human bodies and stuff, like when you have to do like, do you have to do surgery and stuff? Like he's asking, like he found it a bit difficult at first. So he's asking about your experience, like how did you handle it at first?
So everyone's a little different. My brother used to tell me he would never be a doctor because he couldn't handle blood and all that stuff. Now, a lot, like, so right now, there is still a lot of that. For myself, it never really bothered me, but I had a lot of friends and colleagues who it bothered a lot to have to cut and things like that. Over time, you kind of get used to it. When you do the surgery and stuff like that, it gets easier. And the best way to describe that is when you have something for the first time, food wise, you may not like it, you might like it. Over time, just get used to the taste. It's the same sort of thing. I'm not eating bodies, I promise. But, but I think now you'll notice more and more over time. A lot of the anatomy and the physiology is done on computers. There's a lot of 3D animations and things like that that are being done to help teach. So one of the things with the computer is there's a lot of websites that are even free where you can look at the anatomy of the body without having to cut anything. And you can remove layers with just by the click of a button. So it's getting easier and easier to get through that ick factor.
Nice. Okay. Any more questions, guys? We good?
Can you tell me some books on biology?
Can you refer some books on biology to
Yeah.
Harvard?
It would be more specific to India because obviously whatever books I have here may not be, and so the books themselves don't change a great deal, but it's more about availability and things like that. But in terms of anatomy, it would be Betters, that's the main one, or Grays. But what I'll do is I'll send John an email and he can send it out to you guys. But I think really what's going to be helpful is if there's library or something close by that we can kind of connect with, maybe we'll get stuff donated.
Okay. So I think that's
मुझे पूछना है कि अगर कोई साइंस साइड में है और डॉक्टर बन रहा है तो वो अपना खुद का केयर कैसे ले डिपेंड्स ऑन स्टडीज एंड प्रोजेक्ट्स इन स्कूल
ask if no started in hip hop.
अगर कोई साइंस में है डॉक्टर बन रहा है
हाँ.
तो वो अपने खुद का केयर कैसे ले उनका मेंटली हेल्थ कैसे रखे और अगर कुछ प्रोजेक्ट या कुछ रहेगा तो वो अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन एंड ऑल कैसे मतलब करे.
Okay, so sir explained it earlier, but so she's asking about like the lifestyle balance. She's asking like how often are you like allowed to take like the leave to like if let's say if you went through like a very intense surgery, like how often can you take leaves from work? How long are your durations from work?
Fantastic question. So it depends on surgery. It depends on what type of work you do. As someone who works with a lot of older patients, things like that, I don't do a great deal of surgery, but I have colleagues that do a lot of surgeries. And typically what happens is you'll work for 24 hours straight, and then you have 24 hours off. And so what happens, they build that into your day. But as you get more and more senior, choose how long you want to take. I have some partners that have been in practice for a while, and they're on vacation more often than they're working. But that happens over time, and so it's going to be important to just find that balance. So it's hard to say you take this much time off because it may be different. A good example is women who get pregnant, they get in Canada 1 full year off afterward. And so because of that, that life balance is there. But everyone's a little different. Some people want a little bit more, or some people need a little bit less. So the best way to say that is get immersed in something and then figure out how much time you need. More often than not here, the issue is people work too much. And other places they work a small amount and then they enjoy the rest of their life. So it's an individual choice and challenge to try and find that balance.
Nice. Okay, awesome. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. Let's all say thank you to sir. Okay, yeah.
Small. Patient के साथ कैसे
बिहेव करना चाहिए.
patient के साथ कैसा होता है?
मतलब कोई
Another really good question. Wow, impressed, guys. So the interaction between patient and doctor. So like What are some communication skills that you have to use with the patient? What do you have to be
Yes,
mindful of?
very good question. It's changed actually, changed throughout the years. Used to be the doctor would say something the patient would do it. We don't believe that anymore. It's more about shared decision making so that the doctor gives a plan and the patient decides if that plan matches their value. Okay? So in some places, the doctor says, this is what I'm going to do, this is the way it is, that's it. But actually, what we've seen in research is not the best way because people make poor decisions because they just don't know what they should be doing. So I always tell people, these are your risks, these are your benefits, and these are the alternatives. If you know those three things, then you're able to make a good decision, right? Just think about it. If you're going to get in a car, you want to know what are the risks, what are the benefits, and what are my alternatives,
Yeah.
right? No different than any other decision. But just like in healthcare, you need to make sure that is clear. Okay? And so I think the best communication strategy is like I'm a waiter at a restaurant. Here are your options. You decide what works for you.
Yeah. Nice way to explain it. Tika? Okay. Any more questions? Last question.
I'm one of the returning donors, so I'll come back again.
Yeah.
So if there's interest in specifically medicine or anything like that, I'm happy to talk about that.
Okay, awesome.
And so what I'll do is on my talks, I'll make sure that I have a little less time for what I'm going to talk about, a little more time for question and answer. But I'll keep coming back every now and then. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's wrap up. Let's say thank you to Sir. He did an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we will definitely see you soon.
All right. Take care.
All right, take care. Thank you once again.
Time to go back to sleep.
Bye. Take care. Okay, so we are running out of time. I know you guys are supposed to be done at 5.